Hey friends, welcome back to my channel. My name is Heather and this is Create Your Own Cozy. So guys, on this week's video, I had gotten all ready to start some Christmas DIYs and my creative self was not having it. So instead, I decided to work on some items that I either got from the thrift store or for free and turn them into possible Christmas gifts or holiday gifts that people could be shopping in my booth for. Specifically, I had a little kid's, I don't even want to know how long it's been sitting in my foyer. It used to be one of my kids' little rocking chairs. They colored all over it. I needed to just paint it again and get it in the booth because we're done with that stage, right? It's been sitting here since my Texas family was here this summer. Oh my gosh, it's been in my foyer. Anyway, so I got that project done. A lady down the street was giving away just a kid's little table. So I thought, new moms with new babies, like, what do you get them for Christmas? You do their rooms when they're little, you know? So let's do some gifts. Also, I did a work night this week at my booth, and I realized I didn't have a lot of risers left in my booth. So 2 of my projects are risers. So if you want to see how these things turned out, stick around. So let's get started with the first project. I got these 3 decorative rounds from the thrift store. They were sold separately. They were either $3 or $4 each, and they all had a similar color to them, and they all had mirrors in the back of them. So I decided to go ahead and get the mirrors out of them, and the white that I have open right now is DIY's Bead board. And it is a grayer white, and that has always been my traditional slant, and that's why I tried this one first. But I'm going to go ahead and use up all this bead board, and then the next color I'm going to be trying is White Swan. I know a couple of you said that I should paint these rounds in White Swan. So I'm just doing 2 coats of the bead board. Right now I have the mirror still in it. Using a wet rag to wet distress. The great part about this is DIY paint can still reactivate when it gets wet. So you can wet distress and not have any sanding dust in your home. I have really enjoyed this cleaner way to DIY. It is still able to be activated until it is covered with a top coat. So make sure you put some type of top coat on the top of all DIY paint just so it doesn't reactivate. And then the back of this was very much hot glued in here. So I just took some time, heated up the hot glue, and then it kind of just popped right out. And then I made sure I didn't want to paint in all those crevices again, so I just used a polyacrylic or polyurethane top coat. Any clear matte spray paint would do, or you could use DIY's wax or Big Top to top coat it. And these 3 little green circles are kind of updated to be more marketable to more people to sell in my booth. So this next kids table was listed for free from a neighbor about 4 doors down that was moving. She said it served her daughters well and it's time for someone else to use it. So I painted the legs. They were already white, but they needed an update. So I used the DIY Cottage color in the color Vintage Pink. It is so close to white, but it just has that pink hue. It's not the in-your-face kind of pink, and I'm loving this color so far. And then I sanded off just the sheen that was on the top here, and I'm using the DIY Dark and Decrepit liquid patina, and I'm going to use it kind of like a stain. I'm going to put it on. It is soaking right into this raw wood, and then just using a paper towel to rub it in so it's not so dark. I wanted it to look a little older. This is probably going to get used by a kid and look old really fast, so I wanted to kind of start it out with that look. Now, because I'm rubbing in the liquid patina straight can be like a top coat. So again, because this is probably going to be used by kids, after this dries overnight, I am going to go over it with a couple coats of top coat just so it can have a nice clear top coat, and if a kid uses markers on the wood, it's not going to go down into the grain. This before photo's the only photo I could find of this chair, and it's proof that when my nephew dog Winston was here this summer, this was in the foyer to get painted. Guys. Anyway, I forgot to take a before picture, but it was painted with this blue color when I used it. I used that same vintage pink on it. My kids had colored it with marker and pen, and I could not get it out, and I no longer had this paint color, so I decided to just go with the pink. I distressed it. The blue came back through. I'm like, oh, do I just get back to the pink because that was kind of precious? And then I was like, you know what? I'm just going to go with it. I'm going to let the wood come through, the blue come through, and I have this pink hue. I do have another one of these in the basement that is just wood. So if the pink goes quickly, I can always go down and just do that one solid pink. Easy update. This next one is a wood riser that I am just going to make from this scrap wood that I had in the basement. I think I was using this to try out different stains on each side. And then I had these wooden doorknobs that I got on Amazon. I will look and see if I can find those and put a link of those in the description below. I was noticing that the ends of these were not stained, so I decided to go over the whole thing with the DIY's Dark and Decrepit liquid patina and just do the same thing I just did on that table and just kind of put it in, rub it in, and treat it like a stain, and then that way the ends that were cut after I had done this little test staining would look like it all belonged together. Originally I was going to paint this white and then do like a natural wood look to the legs, but I decided to go with a little bit darker stained wood and then just leave these legs natural. So I used DIY's clear wax on them. I could have used anything, but that's what I could find. quickly, and then I just decided where I wanted them to go, did E6000, put something heavy on the top, and I have my very own riser. Every time I have put these in my booth, I can sell them between $14 and $18, and they sell pretty quick. So this last project has been in my to-do pile for so long. It wasn't in my entry though, it was in the basement. I got it a million years ago at the thrift store for $4. This is a really solid pedestal, pretty heavy. Originally, I thought I was painting it white, and then after I started painting it white, I'm like, should this be black? And with a little bit of that dark brown underneath. Anyway, I went ahead and stuck with the white, second guessing myself the whole time. I'm like, you know what? Next time I find this thrifting, I can make it black and see which one I like better, right? So I did two. This is the second coat, and you can see the second coat goes on so much better. This is DIY beadboard again, but there were a couple spots that needed that little third touch-up spot. After I did that, I took a wet rag, distressed it really well. I thought it'd be cool to see the legs on this just really look nice and distressed, and then did a top coat with Big Top. So that is it for this one. And what did you guys think of this last project? did you guys have a favorite? I don't know if I have a favorite this week. I am glad to get some of these projects done and I will be ready to move them to my booth. I am just gonna have to bite the bullet and start working on Christmas and holiday stuff because I really do want to flip my booth November the 1st or sometime around then to get some Christmas in there. My understanding is Christmas sells for the month of November, and then when it comes time for December, all the decorating is done. They're looking for gifts. So that's what my mind is going to be kind of focused on. So let me know in the comments below, did you guys have a favorite project today? If you enjoyed my video, I would love it if you'd give me a thumbs up and consider subscribing to my channel. I am almost at 9,200 subscribers, guys. Oh, I had a goal by the end of this year, once my channel started building, to get to 10,000 by the end of this year. And it looks like I could get there much sooner than by the end of the year. So I'm almost at 9,200, really excited. And I just wanted to say thank you to everybody who is here. And if you are here and enjoying this content and have not yet subscribed, please consider subscribing to my channel, hitting that notification bell to all so you get notified every time I upload a new video. Guys, I am so thankful that you're here and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye, friends.
Thank you.